Hello, hello. Getting started our weekly live stream for Saturday. Hope everybody had a good week and look forward to hearing from you guys about how things have been going with your channel and what's new, what's coming up next week, and to reflect on how things are going. So let's wait till some people show up. So somebody joined us already. Looks like somebody just, anybody here yet? It says there are two people. Hello, Geo Divulge. Good to have you here. Believe you. How you doing? So take a minute. We just got started here, so it looks like it's just you and me here. But you can go ahead and in the comments before other people show up. You can shout out your channel, talk about what's going on, what's the latest. Yeah, thank you for thank you, Tom. Tom, for your nice comment about my upload from yesterday. Enjoyed the Lincoln film. Oh, good. Yeah, I do this every. My schedule. I do this every Saturday, pretty much. I usually do uploads Monday through Thursday. I usually skip Friday, but because Friday was a special occasion, I thought I'd find a video that was appropriate for the special occasion. And but I always use Saturdays to have a live stream so that my subscribers can check in. They can talk. Let us. We can all shout out our channels, talk about what's new, what they've posted in the last week that if we missed, we want to go back, and what they've got coming up in the next week that we're not going to want to miss. What? I just I was using mouthwash. So that's. Looks like somebody else just joined us. Nope, I guess those numbers up there are different. So what's new on your channel, Tom? Still with us? Just trying to get notice. Hey, you're brand new. How long have you had your channel up? I've actually had my channel up for years. It was a place where I would post all shows that I'd been in as an actor, and just have a place to show them off. And it's just within the last 6 months that I decided I was going to, I got a lot of views on some of those old ones, and I realized, maybe I should take this more serious. I should try to build up my channel and get a bigger following, because I'm getting quite a few subscribers just from putting stuff there and forgetting about it. So you started in your, it was like March. It was about March when I was again, I've had it since 2013 when I was in a student film. I wanted to, when I got my copy of it, I wanted to show it off, and I was surprised how many people watched it without me even trying to build up a channel. So just this year I realized, this might be a thing. I should try to build it up and do more stuff that's related to theater and acting and stuff that I'm into. So oh yeah, I understand. But so have you thought about changing your niche at all, or are you still going to focus on making your channel be about travel? Just realize that you might have to wait a while till people start to be able to travel before you can get much good content up about that. A lot of people like yeah, posting past in the borders. That kind of reminds me of what I'm doing with myself. I have in addition to some student films that I acted in, I had on disc, a lot of community theater plays that I'd done that I got my copy of. And I'm kind of like you with having copies of your past trips. I had copies of my past shows, and I figured I'm going to start one a week uploading those to the channel for people who enjoy the plays that I'd been in. And I even kind of sold it as using the pandemic as a chance, saying, hey, this is a way that you can enjoy live theater without having to leave the house. You can just watch my stuff on YouTube, even though sometimes the recordings are from a distance, are not very good. like the recording of A Few Good Men didn't, this it's very hard to hear, but some of them are surprisingly good for recordings. It was good quality for recordings from the audience. But it's kind of like with you, I'm kind of running out of old shows to show people. That's why I kind of found now I'm not limiting myself to like with the Lincoln one that I uploaded yesterday. Saying, okay, I'm not going to lie and say this is something I created, something I found that was in the public domain, and said, and because it was related to the holiday, I said, let's all enjoy this today. I tried to make it original by putting my commentary on, by starting with my commentary and encouraging a discussion. So I might do more of that. I might look for other shows other people have done that they've either uploaded under a Creative Commons license, or it's an old movie that's in the public domain and we can get some theatrical criticism going on of it. I'm not going to lie and say that it was my show or anything, but just saying, be the theater critic who's showing it off. And I don't know if that might help you if when you run out of travel stuff from your past trips to share with people, you might want to think, other videos that people aren't being exclusive with in their copyright and they're okay with you reusing. That might be a suggestion I'd make. If use other videos of trips that you would like to take. What are some of the places you've traveled to that you remember most? So I'm looking at your channel right now, the Great Barrier Reef, looking at Easter Island. That would be real interesting to get to see that someday. I don't travel much at all. I pretty much never travel. I can't really afford it, but that's something I'd love to do if it were my budget. Anyway, if anybody else is watching, Tom here, GeoDivulge, is with us. He's got his travel channel. I just subscribed to Tom's channel, GeoDivulge. Everybody else, if you're into channels that are focused on that you like to see exotic locations, everybody, I'm shouting out he's joined us here, so I'm shouting him out. If you're here with us, or if you watch this later when it posts, everybody subscribe to GeoDivulge. Wow, you really have been places. Oh, thank you, Annie. Thanks, sweetie. My wife just brought me some lunch. It might be that they're shy, or it also might be that the screen is so often wrong. It has a wrong count. It tells me that people have joined us that aren't here. It also tells me that people have left us. And I say, oh, looks like we lost so and so, and they immediately say, no, I'm still here. I'm still here. So they're remarkably. It says 3 for me too. I don't know if this is a bad time. I usually get more people by this. We're 15 minutes in. I usually get it's a couple of my regulars that aren't here yet. We'll see if they show up later. You know, I'm kind of, again, relatively. I'm really new to live streaming. I've only been doing it for a couple months now. Um, I what I'll do. I will shout out your channel, and what I will do is, especially since there's only the 2 of us here right now, some people come back and watch it later. To thank you for showing up and helping make this happen. I will, when it's over, I didn't put anything in the description, like we do have a description for every video. Once I finish the live stream, it becomes a video. It has to process, it'll become a video that's there. I will go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'll put the link to your channel there, say thanks to so and so for joining us, so that people can, because I shouted you out in the actual talk, so they recorded me doing that. I'll include your link there. But in terms of putting the link in the chat, I've heard some stuff about how I shouldn't allow that YouTube considers that spam to be putting links to channels, and so I think the person who's hosting a live stream can be penalized for that. They take some of they'll take some of the hours away. So rather than put it here in as part of the live stream, I'll put it there after the fact. I hope that helps you get some people to subscribe to your channel. Oh yes. So you saw that support playlist. Yeah, that's something that I try to do every Saturday. I reset that playlist where if more people don't show up, I might not be able to do it this week. But everybody that volunteers to be part of the support playlist, we agree to help each other out with our watch time. We say that I'd like to have one video up to a maximum of 15 minutes added to this playlist, and by asking to have your video added, you're agreeing that you will play the whole playlist at least once during the week, so that everyone on the list gets helped out. But you can just tell me here without putting a link. Just tell me the name of your video that you'd like me to add to the support playlist, and I'll add it. If more people don't show up, I might just keep the same playlist as last week, but add yours to it. Hello. Excuse me for a minute. I need to help my wife with something. I think so. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So let's see. Anybody else? Mongolia program. Okay, I'll look for that. I'll add to the playlist when the live stream's over. Anybody join us while I was helping my wife? Looks like it's just you. And you still here, Tom? Good. Glad to have you here. So I asked, where you traveled to. I just realized I didn't ask where you're from. Where are you from? Whoa, yeah, California here too. Southern though. I'm in Long Beach, California, and all the acting stuff I do. It's just across the county line in Orange County. There's quite a lot of good community theaters I've performed in there. That's and some of the film schools and so forth where I've done student films. Among the things that you may have seen that's up on my channel for people to enjoy. Where is everybody? The usuals aren't coming. Says, wish those numbers wouldn't keep lying to us. It had gone back down to 2. Now it's saying there's 3 again, but then according to the... Anybody else with us now? It's just me and Tom still. So I was just searching. I found the Mongolia video there. So when the stream's over, I'm going to go. I'll add that to the playlist. Lydia Reyes, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So Lydia, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your channel. We have Tom from the Silicon Valley in California, just north of me here. You can share what's new on your channel, what's coming up, get to know the other people in the live stream. It's been just me and Tom for the longest time, but we're glad that you've joined us. You can share with me, share with him what's going on. I got what right the first time? Oh, pronunciation of your name. Inspirational. That's cool. Motivational ones. I do my stuff about acting. I do that part time. I upload shows that I've been in and so forth, and some of the, in terms of the new content that I create just for YouTube, I do voiceover acting. I voice over some great literature and poems that I like, and I try to dramatize them. And motivation wasn't specific, but I did make one of my favorite poems about what when you say it can't be done, to just try it. And that's actually the one that's on my channel trailer right now. So it's not my main focus of the channel, but it's been one of my most popular videos when I made that poem, and I used it not just as a way to showcase my voice acting, but also to be a motivational video. Yeah, yes, some of the shows that I upload are shows that I've acted in. Some of the ones are the ones that I wrote that I've not. You don't see me in them, but I wrote them. Yeah, I've narrated a couple of audiobooks before. I just found that in the last year made a little bit of money doing that. It's on. I narrated a book of new poetry, and that's probably where I started deciding taking some old poetry, my favorite poetry, and making a YouTube video out of it. And Lydia, if you're interested, the other thing that we've been talking about in the last half hour is about the support playlist. I've created that. I came up with that idea a couple of weeks ago that where small YouTubers can help each other out and use the live stream as a chance to do that. By getting to know each other and possibly getting to like the channels, and we subscribe, we can help each other with subscribers. That's a way that if we're trying to build our channel up and get monetized, or even if that's not our goal, we just want it to grow and we want our watch hours to go up. That's an idea I came up with a few weeks ago, where I, as the moderator, will create a playlist. Everybody who's in this group, the group that shows up every Saturday for my weekly live streams to reflect on what's gone on in our channels in the past week and what's coming up the next week. We say there's one video, maximum 15 minutes, so that no one member of the group takes more than their fair share of the watch time. They say, I'd like to have a video added to the playlist, a list that we're all going to watch. So by asking to have your video added, you're agreeing that sometime during the upcoming week, you're going to watch the whole playlist, so that everybody who's in it gets a boost with their watch time. So if you're interested, just in the live chat comments, you can mention, say, please add this video, say the name of the video that you'd like to have added. Just type that there, and then when the live stream is over, I'll I'll update the list, and in the description of the video, I will put the link to that playlist. Say here, thanks to everybody that participated in this live stream. Here's how the playlist is. And I'm not going to finalize it till I'm going to use the whole weekend. I'm probably going to do tonight. I'm going to do another. I'll do an all night silent live stream so that anybody else that wants to silently come in and say I'd like to have a video added, they can do that. And so maybe we can build the playlist a little bit more, but Monday morning we'll have it complete, and so Monday through Friday we can all watch it, and then Saturday we can talk about how it went, and if we'd like to add a different video for the next week. Yeah, I'll add you. Just tell me, type it, which video up to a maximum of 15 minutes you'd like to have added. Just write that there, and I'll make a note of it and add that to the playlist when the live stream is over. Okay, great. I'll make note of that. We'll add that. Well, I'll add that one. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. Eating just overslept, so I didn't get a chance to have my lunch before I started my. It's an apple. If you excuse me, man, I'm going to step out. I got to take my pill. I can't take it without food. Now that I finished eating. Oh, I don't have kids, but thank you anyway. Didn't realize that's what day it was. Actually, I think it's tomorrow. Philippines, you might be a day ahead of us. Okay. Oh, good. Had a couple. Had Amoya McDonald. Good to have you with us. You just joined us. Um, Lydia, you looks like you're still with us. That's great. So, what's new with your channel, Amoya? Tell us what's going on. What's the latest with your channel? What's coming up, and what we want to look for. If you'd like to be added to the support playlist that Tom and Lydia just asked to be added to. I'm looking for the video that you asked to have added to the playlist. Lydia, let's say 8 things to consider. Let's see that. Oh, okay, I found it. I'll bookmark it here so I can add it to the. Hold on a second. Would you say anything? So Moya, yes, we all get sidetracked sometimes, try to do more, but we do what we can. So Moya, what kind of, when you aren't as busy and you are uploading stuff, what kind of stuff do we see on your channel? So I just find Amoya McDonald here. So you got your video on unboxing products on Amazon. We're all doing that a lot these days when we can't go out as much because of the pandemic. We have 2 or 3 things a day show up at our door from Amazon. So, Amoya, where are you from? Trying to find that on your. Maryland, yeah, California here. Tom, who was with us for like the first 30 minutes of the live stream, and I don't think he's here anymore, is also from California, a little farther north than me. He's in the Silicon Valley. I'm in Long Beach, just south of LA. In Jamaica, interesting. How long? What age did you move over? Did you move to the U.S. from Jamaica? Just last year. Oh, you comfortable with the change, adjusting to your new home? Oh, and also, if you haven't done so already, if you could please give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. Everybody that hasn't done that already. It's the food. I know here in Long Beach, there's a Jamaican food. Or actually, no, I think it might be. I think it's Bellflower. Bellflower, which is a nearby city, has a Jamaican food place. Geo Divulge, Tom, are you back, or is it just wrong again about who's here? Are you with us still, Tom? Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah, you're still here. Glad you're still with us. Um, we got a couple more to join, and we got a Moya joining us, and we got a Lydia. So Moya does Moya born and raised in Jamaica. She's in Maryland now, and she does makeup videos, and we got a Lydia who does motivational videos. Tom, who does travel videos, and myself, who does as an actor, posts shows that we do, and all things theater and performing arts related. So. hope we can all visit each other. We can help each other grow our channels with a support playlist that I've created. And a couple people have already asked to have a video added to that, so that's great. Great. That's great. You're going to do that. Well, good. I just got another thumbs up. That's awesome. Whoever did that. Thank you, Amoya. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Okay. So Tom's got to go, but was real glad to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying so long and participating with us. We'll see you around. I'll stay tuned for the stuff I'll post next week. I'll be watching your channel as well, and hopefully you can join. Pretty much every Saturday we do this to reflect on what's gone on in our channel in the past week and what's coming up in the next week. So hopefully I'll see you again next week. Bye now. So Amoya, are you still with us? You would you? You're the only one I haven't heard from about the playlist. If you'd like to have one of your videos added, if you would let us know. No pressure. Just if you'd like that, let me know. Looks like Amoya left us too, but Lydia, are you still here? It looks like I'm all alone now. I'm going to step out briefly and see how my wife is doing. She's not feeling too well, but maybe some more people will join us while I'm out. Give me a second. Anybody else join us here? Still, oh, looks like I got another thumbs up. Whoever just gave me that, thank you. Appreciate that. But let's see how my wife was doing. This girl was the one that seemed to have missed me more, so I brought her back in. But it looks like looks like I'm all by myself now. Wonder who gave me that fourth thumbs up when I stepped out, since nobody's here right now. I just got a 5th thumbs up. Beyond Infinity, say you used to be watching Infinity. I saw you were talking last week about maybe changing the name of your channel, and I see you did. Beyond Infinity, only a slight change. Nalika, well, glad to have you here with us. So, yeah, it's been a real slow live stream for the last hour. Got only a couple people in most of the time, but Beyond Infinity is with us. Good to have you back. Good to see you, Nalika. Been very supportive. Both of you have been very supportive of me and my channel. Beyond it, you were watching my Lincoln movie. What'd you think of that? I admit I posted that without having watched the whole thing myself. I've only watched parts of it. I just had to find something that was appropriate for the occasion. I usually post Monday through Thursday and take Friday off because Friday was a special day. That was I wanted to find something connected. So I was probably going to this evening or later this weekend finish watching the rest of it myself because told you how controversial, what a controversial filmmaker D.W. Griffith was, and wanted to, if anything, use the video as a chance to engage in the conversation about what we thought of his take on Lincoln compared to other people. No two people will give you the same perspective on how much credit Lincoln deserves and how much blame he deserves for not doing more to advance the rights of the people he freed. How are you not? Yeah, we're doing well. Me and Chloe here doing well. Into it. Oh, well, that's real great that you got into it and you wanted to. That the reason you weren't here is because you were enjoying that. So really glad that you enjoyed that. Kind of really as I said in the description, is a buried treasure when I find something that old and find out that it's in the public domain. I have no problem sharing it on my channel and letting people enjoy it, and especially when it's totally appropriate for the holiday. Sic Semper Tyrannis, yeah. Although everyone has their own take on it, who made it's that's somewhat ironic because who made the Sic Semper Tyrannis so famous was not so much Lincoln as it was John Wilkes Booth. That was reportedly what he said after he leaped down on the stage and broke his ankle, and he was killing the tyrant Lincoln, who did the tyrannical thing of depriving the slaveholders of their property. Yeah, Walter. I mean, that 1930. That was D.W. Griffith was famous for his racist silent film celebrating the Ku Klux Klan during Reconstruction. But I guess that's why I said in the description, is the great irony is that people could admire Lincoln and still hate the civil rights leaders that came after him, saying that Lincoln never would have done this if he'd survived, and saying how radical it was not just to set people free but to make them equal citizens. God forbid. Controversy with him. I wanted to discuss that. The ending, Sic Semper Tyrannis. But that was it. What I lost my train of thought for a minute. The point I was getting to was that that was D.W. Griffith's first talking film, 1930. I think it was 27. I know the history. 1927 was the first talkie, The Jazz Singer, another film that of the landmarks. Birth of a Nation was the landmark film of the first feature-length film. That was incredibly racist, and then the first talking film, 1927, was racist in its own way, with Al Jolson putting on blackface for his performance. That was nothing at all politically incorrect about that in 1927. So then 3 years later, Griffith, the big silent filmmaker, he made his first talking film, which is the one that I uploaded that you just saw, and Walter Huston. It's probably a reason I usually only remember him as an old man. He let's see, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's probably his most famous film with Humphrey Bogart. He was great film. Was about 20 years, actually 18 years later. So again, the fact that he was a young man when films were silent. Most people that don't watch silent films only remember Walter Huston as an elderly character actor. And well, that was actually when he achieved his greatest heights as an actor. I know Treasure of Sierra Madre, in addition to being a real classic, I believe the only Oscar it actually won was him. Walter Huston, who played Lincoln in that film that Beyond Infinity just finished watching. Walter Huston, I believe, won Best Supporting Actor for portraying the guy that helps Humphrey Bogart in Treasure of Sierra Madre. So that was my long-winded way of getting into saying I'm sure he did do a good job, because he is a good actor. Well, I've only seen him as a much older man. Treasures. Actually, that's another interesting trivia I heard for film buffs. Trivia about Walter Huston. He won his Oscar for playing that character in Treasure of Sierra Madre, which his son John Huston directed. So the director was directing his dad in that, and then John Huston himself also, like his dad, became famous as an actor, as an elderly man in the 70s. One of his last things he did, he played the villain in Chinatown with Jack Nicholson, and of the other classic Humphrey Bogart film from the 1940s, 7 years before Treasure of Sierra Madre, there was Maltese Falcon, which I know about that because it has a special place in my heart. It was my dad's favorite film, so he loved that film. He was a big fan of Humphrey Bogart, and so one of the things helps me remember my dad. He loved Maltese Falcon. Anyway, Walter Huston, he did have a role in that, a pivotal role, but almost no role. The idea is when the captain who had the Maltese Falcon, he just shows up and they find it. I can't remember. I should, I really should see that again. I've got it in my collection here. Sad story. I inherited it from my dad. Some of his favorite Bogart films that were in his collection. Basically, it's one of the things I inherited when he passed. So I got that in my collection for that reason. But maybe I'll see that tonight and the rest of the Lincoln movie later. No, I haven't seen Hava yet. Hope he shows up. But anyway, the character that comes crashing in, he's dying. He's like in his dying breath. He brings the Maltese Falcon, what turns out to be the fake Maltese Falcon, in, and then dies on the couch, and then they recover it from him. That was a little cameo. That was Walter Huston as well, or the director, again, like he would 7 years later, he cast his dad in that role. And funny story I heard about that is that, that's not something like Duzak could come in, be all dramatic and die in an overblown manner. And so especially an old man not wanting to have to do that scene. And John Huston decided it was a nice little trick to pull on his dad. They shot that. They did one perfectly good first take of that, and then he decided, let's mess around with that a little bit. And so he insisted, well, let's try it again. He insisted on doing dozens and dozens of more takes where they weren't actually filming, just to make his dad do that dramatic death scene one more time. And he loved messing with his dad in that manner. was interesting trivia I heard about. Well, again, interesting trivia about the guy that you saw playing Lincoln in that film. Yeah. Have you seen the other? How it was Maltese Falcon, 1941, and then 1943. It swept the Best Picture. It swept the. Although actually, it got the Best Picture. It although Bogart didn't win for it, and I think he should have. Is Casablanca. That's widely. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick, if I had to narrow it down to one as greatest movie of all time, it would probably have to be Casablanca. That's just really an amazing film. Those were the two that were in my dad's collection. His two favorite Bogart films. Even though Casablanca was more widely appreciated. I mean, Maltese Falcon was his personal favorite, but Casablanca is the one that has a bigger following because it really is such a great film. If I had to pick one as greatest movie of all time, it would have to be Casablanca. Have you seen Casablanca? Just Maltese Falcon that's on your list of those you haven't seen yet? So it looks like the other people that were in here have left, but just you and me now. I got a couple more people that hadn't been in our live streams before had joined us earlier, and they asked to be added to the support playlist. If you'd like to keep doing that, I think I've got I had your Bob Marley video was the one that was on the list last week. If you like, I can just keep it. I haven't changed anything. I can just add the new people and keep yours there. Or if you'd like to change it, saying, "Oh, I did that one this last week. I'd like another video." If you'd like to change which one of your videos is on the support playlist, just let me know. A small channel motivation video. Okay, sure, I'll do that. Oh, also, I should have mentioned this. I saw, I haven't a chance to play them yet, but that was really a good idea. Your the other thing I saw you did, you were talking about this last week about saying, longer, short videos are never going to get you to your 4,000 hours. I think that was a really good strategy of yours. And you know what? I tried it myself about saying that I see there's lots and lots of videos that are for relaxation where you play relaxing sounds and you don't have to do much, in terms of making them. They're so easy to make. You just put together something and you can loop it so it keeps playing back over. You can go hours. And somebody that wants to fall asleep to something, talk about how you can rack up your watch hours that way. If somebody wants to have an hours and hours long thing of relaxing sounds and so forth. That was a good idea. In fact, if you scroll back, it's a video I did a long, well, not too long, like 3 months ago. I tried that strategy, and unfortunately it hasn't done that well. Not that many people watched it. Relaxing raindrop sounds. And the other problem with me is that it's not good for yourself to go too far, to stray too far from your niche. People are going to say, well, what does this have to do with what does this have to do with the theater and the performing arts? But you might want to think about that, because the stuff that you do with the inspirational quotes and so forth to give people, to make people feel better about themselves while protecting mental health. If you could, find a way to have your niche that connects to those quote videos and those relaxation videos, as long as you continue to connect it with your niche and you keep making those kind of videos, who knows? You could really you could really have one if one of those videos goes viral and you can rank one of those videos, you could really rack up your watch hours real quickly. So that was a good idea. You're deciding to do that. I saw those videos. Yeah, I'll bet the long videos, they take a long time to export and so forth, but they're incredibly simple to make. But I'm wondering, another one thing I've been thinking about is like connected to the arts. I'm thinking maybe like, if not relaxing rainfall, people are say, what the hell does that have to do with your niche, Mark? I'm going to say that some soothing music from that's backed up by art, that if I can connect it to the arts and so forth, it would be connected to my niche if I do that. And I'm thinking the music, and it would be more work than just the soothing sounds of the same image on the screen the whole time. But if I change the scenes, if I have like beautiful music playing in the background for ambient kind of, for people to just play in the back, they don't have to engage. Their engagement, they have to give it is simply to put it on while they sleep or while they work in the background. Nothing wrong with that. It's not cheating the system, because that's a legitimate reason people would use those videos. So if you say, well, people aren't engaging with my channel enough, but they don't really have to engage that much, and yet you're not cheating, because that's the kind of engagement that people are supposed to have with that kind of video. Put it on in the background to relax themselves. But it would be a little bit more work for me if I have to add still images of artwork. I put like celebrating this kind of art, and just like a gallery of like a slideshow of a bunch of things, and maybe I'll keep the slides a little bit longer so it's not as daunting a task to have image after image accompanied by music, and just basically you can enjoy the artwork, or you can just listen to the beautiful music in the background as a or it's a gallery of my favorite art and so forth, which will be accompanied by soothing Renaissance music, period piece kind of thing. I think I could connect it to my niche a little bit more. Like I found this video, like fantasy type, medieval period piece type music, and it was Creative Commons. I don't want to just cheat and just repost it the way it is, even though I would be within my rights to do so, since it was published under a Creative Commons license. But I thought if I just took that guy's music and I added imagery and so forth that's connected with it, and connected enough to my niche, I could get a long video. And if people would watch it, not just with the intention of using it for ambient mood-setting music in the background while they sleep or while they work or something, that could really help. I just don't want to do it if people are going to say, well, Mark, why are you uploading this? This doesn't have anything to do with your niche of your channel. So one thing with the poetry thing, one thing I'm thinking is I might, actually I got it right here. I'm thinking some of the ambient music is like a period piece of medieval music and so forth, and I have images of like Arthurian legend stuff that's up while that music plays. And then I could even, just as part of it, the narrating poetry, I could then use Alfred Lord Tennyson, Idylls of the King, Arthurian stuff, have that be what I narrate while they hear medieval music, while they see images of the Arthurian legend and so forth. That's a thought I've had. That'll be a big task, but hey, if I can get a big, long video out of that and people would watch it just with the relaxation purposes, I could really rack up the hours. So, but again, I've been kind of long-winded and going off on this. I just thought of it because, I realize I think you got the right idea with those videos. Those are good ways that could, I think you may really be on. And you've also changed your name, which you said. How has that worked out for you? How did you settle on Beyond Infinity instead of Watch Infinity? And are you satisfied with the change that's happened to your channel as a result of it? Oh, that's the yeah. That was one thing I was thinking. Edgar Allan Poe. I don't mean to compete with you here or anything. I mean, I'm sure that what you're doing is at least in terms of your style. What you've done with your videos, just quotes across the screen. Me with liking to narrate poetry. I've really been, especially because I found some good images. In fact, I found a video that already did it with the Raven, where it's narrated. In fact, not just to steal it and so forth, but the fact that the video is marked as Creative Commons. I can reuse it as long as I make some change to it myself. They've like already done the work of showing the visual. All I got to do is add my narration. And not trying not to be a jerk, but I'm saying I don't like the way that I love what they did with what these people did with a couple of these people did with the visuals. They don't have the best voice for narration. And so, hey, I'm saying, so I'm providing the service, give what I think is what a lot of the people that have paid me for voiceover work think is a better voice. I'll narrate the poem, but I'll use their images. And it's already been done for me, all the editing together. So that's definitely on the drawing board. In fact, I thought about doing it this week, but I got sidetracked. So I put the other. I usually don't upload more than one of my old shows per week. It's just we had a trip to see my father-in-law in Bakersfield. So I wasn't able to do that. So I said, well, I'll upload that short film that I did where I was the cop. After I had uploaded that short play on Monday. I'm probably going to try to do that. The Raven. I'm going to aim to do that. Either that. Well, the two big things are poetry that I have on my drawing board. The Raven. You don't. I could maybe wait on that if you're say I'm doing a Poe thing. Let's not both do a Poe video at the same time. The other one I'm thinking of is maybe do the Lady of. There's a lot of good images for Lady of Shalott. That's a longer poem. Could narrate that, use the images, and use some of that slow medieval music. The background, make it go slow and make it a nice long video that people could just kind of meditate to, or kind of like with the nature sounds thing that you were doing. Yeah, that's good. I kind of like it. I like the Beyond Infinity. I think that's kind of cool. It also has a very. It's not just that it's in sounding better. Also, allowing you to be versatile. Also, it has more of an upbeat, kind of an optimistic feel about, sounds like it's really trying to be inspirational with, about what people watch my channel, what are my aspirations, they're beyond infinity. I think it's really I think you made a good choice with changing it, with that name change. That's great. Yeah. So yeah, I remember you said that last Saturday. You said that you were frustrated that you didn't like your old name because it wasn't showing up in search. So it has had that effect. It's improving that it's showing up in search now the way that Watch Infinity wasn't. That has helped you, you think? Yeah, I'm not I'm not familiar enough with Marvel to understand. I mean, there were other people in chat this time last week when we were talking about that, and I think it was an inside thing between other people that I didn't get. So I don't know enough about Marvel to know what it is that Watch Infinity would have sounded like Marvel, where you were competing with them. Is it one of the superheroes? It's funny because I think I was too young. I mean, I had two big phases when I was a little kid. When I was real little, Spider-Man was the big obsession for me, and then when I was an older kid, Batman was what I was into. But Batman was DC, not Marvel. But outside of Spider-Man, who I was into like crazy when I was a real little kid, um, wasn't much into Marvel. Speaking of, yeah, I mean that when you say you'll do it similar to the quote scrolling, but it would be poetry. You're not thinking of narrating like I do, but it would just scroll up the screen the lyrics to the poem. Was that what you were thinking? You would still be across the screen, but it won't just be random quotes popping up. It'll be in order the poem. Just is that what you were thinking? Yeah, that's good. Might narrate as well. Having the right equipment also helps. You got good microphones for that, or I had to. I started with the cheapest one, the USB mics, the Blue Snowball, and the Yeti is a step up from that. And I got I kind of had to. This one actually, my brother happened to have it. He used it for music. That's the actually got a condenser microphone there with a pop filter. It's the audio. It's Audio Technica, the one that I'm using right now for my voiceover work. I'm not using it here. I'm just using the internal speaker on the. I don't want to screw up how YouTube works, but in order to, when I do my voiceover jobs, I record them. I use Audacity, that free online software, and that's the condenser mic that I use. And I use the Focusrite interface. So right here. Oh, really? Everyday Stoic. I'm not familiar with that channel. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I wonder. Sometimes I wonder that too, because I know a lot of YouTubers, they want to have narration on their videos, and but they don't like their own voice, so they actually hire somebody for it. I know that because I've been one of the people. That's my gig on Fiverr, where I offer my voiceover service, and some of the, especially before I started taking YouTube seriously and started making videos myself beyond the ones that I had just uploaded years ago of my old shows. I knew that because some of the clients, the people that hired me, they gave me a script and said, I'd like you to record this. I'll pay you this much for it. They told me this is what they said. I'm a YouTuber, that it's for a YouTube video that they wanted me to do the narration for. Everyday Stoic. Let me check that out right now. Yeah, I'm checking out. I'm checking out Everyday Stoic right now, and I say I might copy his methods, but do it for a different purpose. Maybe that if I'm thinking about rebranding my channel and making more clear about what my focus is and my niche, I might, if anything, I might say, mine is the answer to this, because honestly, I don't like the fact that it says, I said reading here in his description about the idea of the Stoics is that you embrace everything without any emotion. And I say, come on, I'm like, why I love theater and so forth is, the arts are supposed to make you feel. The whole idea is that emotions are what make us human. Even the negatives and so forth. They say, why would anybody watch a sad play? The idea of tragedy, and they say, why would you watch something that makes you sad? I mean, people that say that don't understand the method of the word. Look it up, catharsis. It's cathartic. I mean, we want to feel. Not feeling make. And seems, the idea, especially the way he articulated it right here. I read his description saying Stoics teach you about how to not feel and so forth. Come on, we got to feel. We stop feeling, we're not human. I love celebrate the arts for reasons of remembering why we should remember that we're human. As the quote by the acting teacher whose studio I studied at once that I put in my channel art. Life beats down and crushes the soul, and the arts remind you that you have one. So it makes us human. pulling at our heartstrings and so forth. You got to love that. So that I have issues with stoicism for that reason. But in terms of his style of how he does the videos that you say is so great, I'll definitely check that out more, and maybe I'll borrow some of the stuff from him, even if I use it for an opposite purpose. It's just me now. Okay, looks like Beyond Infinity. I know you watch my live stream kind of while you work, so you might be here but be busy. So I'm gonna step out a second and see how my wife's doing. I had to take her to urgent care yesterday. She's not feeling well. I'm gonna check on her for a minute while I see if any more people will join us.
I added paper towels to catch this stuff. Well, I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna
Okay. Oh, so yeah, I mean, we borrow ever. You know what? It's interesting what you say about admitting that you borrowed. It's one of those things that you don't have to really be embarrassed about because there's in some areas it's not really there's really nothing wrong with that. In fact, this I don't remember who it was, but maybe I can. If you're interested, I'll send you the link when I find it. It's a video about Quentin Tarantino, how notorious he is for he makes great films, but he borrows everywhere he looks. And I had seen it like 6 months ago. And then this past week, my wife and I were watching Psycho, Hitchcock's masterpiece. And I saw a certain scene. I said, oh, that reminded me of that video I saw about Tarantino, this thing where the boss is walking by, sees the girl, his employee who stole him, and he turns and looks back and said, does that remind you anything? It's just like when in Pulp Fiction, where Marcellus is walking by, turns back and sees Butch. That was it wasn't a coincidence, and the idea is that he was paying homage to the masters, and it's not plagiarism, it's not copyright violation. It's, if anything, it's a tip of the hat showing that we appreciate the masters, and I borrow from. But the whole video is about how his method. They explain how the difference between stealing versus parody versus pastiche, which would be what it is with him when you steal stuff from everywhere, not because you're trying to claim it as your own, but because you want to honor it. Say, these are the masters that inspired me. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Taking other people, borrowing their methods and putting your own touch on it. That's kind of what I was saying. Look at I might like his methods, even though I don't like his message of stoicism. I would prefer to mention the other way. But anyway, looks like it's just you and me watch Infinity now, and I do need to wrap it up because we got to go pick up some medications and so forth. I mentioned my wife's not feeling so well. I'm going to quit. I'm going to scroll back so I can remind myself before I forget all the people, yourself, who asked to be put on the playlist. I'll finalize this. I'll probably come back when I get back from the store and add and complete the description, because it'll take a while for it. It always takes a while for it to process and appear, so I can do that. But I'll go ahead and I'll wrap up the live stream after I write down what videos people want me to add. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and wrap this up now, unless people have final things they'd like to say, and I'll just let the video process while I go to the store. And when I return, I'll finalize this. I'll put the link to the playlist down there. I'll update the playlist, you know, for the ones that people I scribbled down the notes that they want me to add. Also, another thing, I just thought about it was the new person, Geo Divulge, or Tom is his name, that joined me for the first 30 minutes and was talking to me. He was saying he wanted to shout out his channel. He didn't know how to do that, and I told him please not to drop links, because that's one thing that they don't that YouTube doesn't want us to do, or they consider that spammy. But I said, and it just kind of gave me the idea on the spur of the moment. I said, well, you want to, I'll give you the shout out in the description. And you know what, especially, I mean, maybe, especially when I have so few people actually showing up, my loyal people that do show up and participate in the live streams, what I think I'll do is I'll put in the description, I'll say thanks to everyone that participated in this live stream, and then I'll actually say your channel, and I'll put the link, because he thanked me because he wanted to shout out his channel. I said I don't think that's allowed in the live chat, but I can put it in the description. So I think I'll do that. I'll do that for him. I'll do that for you. I'll do that for the other people that were here earlier. I'll just say, and as part of the video description, I'll say thanks to everyone that participated. Here are the people, and not just people that signed in for a couple of seconds, the people that were actually here and actually spent some time in the chat and actually engaged with people. So I'll start doing that from now on. Every time I do my live streams, I'll not just shout out, but also put the link to the channel. Here's the people that I was talking the most to. You know, if you weren't here for the live stream, you're just watching this as a video. When I was doing this live, here are the people I was talking to. And if you want to check their channels out and subscribe, I encourage you to do that. So I'll start doing that from now on. But anyway, looks like we're everyone gets this. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I think it's just you, Alan, Beyond Infinity, that's with us. Thank you. Thank you to the other people that aren't here anymore. They can see that when I post, when the video posts and I put the description. And I will probably, again, so that I can build up the playlist a little bit more, I'll probably run another silent live stream to run all night for anybody else that would like to type in while I'm not here. They'd like to have a video added. We'll do that, and then Monday we'll have the playlist finalized, and you can sign into the silent stream tonight, check out my videos in the upcoming week, and I'll see you guys around this time next Saturday. Thank you. Have a good one. Have a good week. I'll see you guys around.